The challenge for perception and prediction is covering everything. And there's a lot of everything in the real world. That's the issue. How do you cover all the possible unknowns? Well, here's someone who decided it'd be fun to make a retired jet fighter into a car. I guess apparently it's a car. It may not look like one, but anyone driving down the road, a human driver, I think would eventually figure it out. Okay, well, I'm going to treat that thing like a car. Now you may say, well, I've never seen an airplane on a road. It's like, well, I have, because at some military bases, you go down a road and there's a stop sign and you're not stopping for the cars, you're stopping for the fighter jets going from the hangars onto the main runway. And I can assure you that your car insurance does not cover the collision damage to a modern jet fighter. So this actually happens in the real world, but it may not be something that the system has been trained on. Then there's issues such as puddle of water. How deep's the puddle? Well, this one turned out to be pretty deep. And so you have to decide, well, yeah, it looks like a flat road, but that looks like puddle, and I have to be a little bit careful. Now, to be sure, this is a human driver who made a mistake and went into the puddle. The machine learning-based systems aren't going to be perfect. I get that. But these are the kind of things you have to think about, look at the risks, and decide how much of these things you can cover, and decide which things you're willing to take the chance on. There are unusual road configurations. There's the roundabout of roundabout. There's only the one, from my understanding. But if that's the town you're driving in, you have to be able to deal with it. So if you train a system that's never seen this before, expect to have a lot of surprises when you start operating in this one town. And yes, in fact, on real roads, there are people running around in chicken suits. Usually they have a fried chicken advertising sign in their hand, but that's a thing, and you may not see it. But when it happens, you have to do the right thing. Finally, there are also things that are quite subtle. For example, here's a person and a bicycle. Now, is the person pushing the bicycle? I'm going to say yes, because their hand's intersecting the handlebar. Is the person riding the bicycle? I'm going to say no, because both legs are straight and feet are flat on the ground and there's no separation. So probably this is a person walking next to a bicycle. Why is that relevant? Well, the expected speed of a person walking next to a bicycle is different than a person riding a bicycle. And this is not a hypothetical difference. This confusion between person and bicycle was one of the contributing causes to a fatal crash involving an autonomous vehicle test platform. So these kind of things matter in the real world.